Hello everyone, and welcome to this month's edition of my bullet journal. I thought this month that would start off by having a quick flip through of last month's. It's something I don't normally do, but I thought I'd do it this month just so you can get a gist of how I fill it in and actually use my bullet journal. So here is the cover, which I now hate. I'll be honest. I normally do like this symbol floor plan on that side, so I don't have a blank page. But I don't like this that month anyway. Then I did the mood of the month, which was Roman architecture. Then my don't quit page, which is where I put events that I've got to look forward for July and August as well as June, but it just gives me a more sort of like a mini future log as well, so I can plan ahead. So it's more like a master to-do list as well. Here's my monthly calendar, which I still like. I just wish that I'd made the arches a little bit bigger so I could put more information in, but I'm not sure how that would have worked out in terms of the layout, but again, I found it useful and I actually enjoyed using this page. Then these are my weeklies, which normally you only see the inspiration page done. With my trackers, as you can see, I've not done everything that I need to, but I track the days that when I did do them. Then just my daily to-dos or things that I have to keep an eye on. Then a project update and a memory from that week when I got 100 subscribers on YouTube, which I'm like, what? So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. And then this is a project update from the art prints that I'm hoping to sell on Etsy. I was just working out the different types of prints on different papers and the pricing and the sizing and the packaging, which there's a lot of it to think about and to do, but I'm actually really enjoying it. Then week 24, same thing, objectives, notes, inspiration. I always like to have that. My daily to-dos, project update of me working on a logo for the Etsy store, for ArcuWorks, which is what it's going to be called. But I might stick with my normal architecting studio logo because I don't know, it just, I think too many, it might get confusing, but we'll see. Memory is when I bought a catnip pin from her. She's an illustrator in the UK. She does these cute, fun little characters, and she does like art prints, enamel pins, stickers. She does quite a few different things. So I quite like hers and it's quite nice to see her work because it's completely in contrast to what I do. So it's always nice to sort of keep an idea of what other people are doing. Then the following week, again, pretty much the same layout. Project update is me looking at a site of a residential project. This is for a competition that I'm entering. So yeah, it's just getting all the site analysis and understanding how the site works because it's completely in a different country to where I am. Memory of when I visited Sheffield for the week, of Park Hill Flats. And I know it's not very clear on here, but it's nice to see the contrast of how Park Hill looks before Urban Splash do it out. So yeah, I thought that was quite a nice image. And then the last week of the month, the project update is me working on a site diagram for a previous project that I've done. I'm just rejigging a lot of my projects for my website and a new portfolio that I'm hoping to have done by the end of this year. And then memories of finally getting the lighting right in my studio. So yeah, happy with that. Then we're off to this month's bullet journal. I'll just pour myself some tea. Yep, so this month's July theme is Byzantine, which is like early Christian sort of type, which is very much what a lot of the Vatican still is and things like that. But it's where you really start seeing different countries adapt different styles. We still get very much traditional sort of all these domes and arches and things, but then like in Russia they did something completely different and more ice cream domes on top of that on their St. Basil's Palace. Is it a palace? I'll have to look that one up. But yeah, and then Archifox looking up at the diagram that I drew, and then the symbol on this side, which I do prefer it. It's just like a nice simple symbol on this plate, which is the footprint of this building, which is in Constantinople, and I've forgotten the name of it. I'll put it on screen. So yeah, that's my cover page for July. Then this month I decided not to do a mood of the month page like last month, because I was thinking it's a little redundant. If I'm having a cover page, why not just explain the mood in the cover page as opposed to having a separate page? So I thought it was now redundant to do that. So I just jumped straight into my Don't Quit page, which again is where I can glance ahead, plan things out for August and September as well as July. And it's, as I've said before, is my master list for the month and for also thinking ahead. This is the St. Basil's in Moscow, which, as you can see, in contrast to this building, even though they're built pretty much the same time, they are very much different. Well, there's some similarities when I can say it, but the Moscow was very much more colourful and what's the word? Eccentric in a way, especially for that time as well. So they really played with the architecture about them. And then moving on, I have my monthly calendar, which I kind of went off these sort of, where are they? These dome shapes that you get that are made with the columns within the this type of building, and then just made them for my different days, and then have the weekends in the middle. I should have made them a little bit bigger because I ran out of dates. The 29th, 30th, and the 31st are not on there, but I can always write them in these white space that I have. I kind of like it. I like the fact that it's not a grid month, because as I've said before, when it's just a grid I tend to not want to use it, so I have to do something fun for me to sit down and actually plan and get things done, because I'm very much a visual person. Let me just take a sip of my tea. Delicious white tips. So moving on to my weeklies. Pretty much the same layout. I have my inspiration images, which I've not wrote down who they are, but this is an opportunity for you guys to tell me who they are if you recognise them. Again, same layout. I have my weekly objectives and then a little space for extra notes or brain dump. Then my daily to-dos for the week there. Then a chance for me to talk about my project update and a memory for that week. And then it's the same for the next. I put 5 weeks in here instead of 4, because normally I put only 4. Like July runs into the 29th, 30th and 31st, so they run into the Wednesday, so that means there's 4 days in August for the 1st, etc. So normally I would have put that week in the August layout, but I'm currently waiting on a new bullet journal because I have, how many pages left? 3 pages left, and then it's done. So it's not enough for me to do another monthly layout. I've ordered a Archer and Olive journal, which I've never used before. This is a Nuva. I think it's Nuva. I'll put up on the description of who this one is. I really liked this one. The reason why I liked this one so much was because the dots are actually closer together than like the Lunchstrom or the Levo or any of the others that I came across. The others seem to be so far spaced, and when I was thinking about when I'm doing floor plans and things, it works, but then you end up with these sort of like weird shapes. Like these dots are perfect in terms of like wall thicknesses and things like that when I'm doing floor plans. So I like that. The Archer and Olive, I believe, are like the Lunchstrom one, so it's going to be a big sort of learning curve for me to get used to having dots in a bigger, more spaced out. But the pages are a lot thicker, so I'm hoping to be able to throw like gouache and watercolours, because I haven't done a great deal of watercolours for a long time. I've never used gouache, but it's something I really want to get into because I like the look of gouache and how it lays flat on the page. So I'm quite interested to get into that. I will do a video of my first impressions of the Archer and Olive bullet journal book that I get when I hopefully get it, because it's coming all the way from the States. On the delivery updates, it says it's arrived in my country, but it's said that for the last 6 days. So whether it's just stuck in a warehouse somewhere in London, I don't know. But hopefully I'll get that in time to be able to do August's layout. But that's why I gave myself an extra week this month, just so I can give myself a little bit of leeway, a little bit. So I'm not going to tell you when my next bullet journal video is going to be uploaded, because I'm really not sure as to when it will be. It all depends on if I get that in time. If not, I'm just going to have to get hold of a Nuva journal from Amazon, which will be next day delivery. So hopefully it'll be the Archer and Olive one. But yeah, that's it for this month. As you can see, this is now fat and no longer straight, and because I've done all the different cutouts and things in this journal, it's made it sort of this weird, will it focus? Yeah, it's made it this weird shape sort of on both the sides, which I quite like because it makes me feel like I've done something, I've achieved something, you know, when it's all fat and dish-shaped. My mind's gone blank. But yeah, so it's nice to have this done. It's actually quite strange because normally the Nuvas only last me 6 months, but I've managed to squeeze 7 months into this one. So yeah, it'll be nice to start a new journal, but I'm also happy that I've finished something. It feels like I've achieved something because a lot of my work is digital. So it's nice to have something physically that I can just pull out and look at and be like, oh yeah, I did that. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next month to see what I've got up to for August, which I'm really excited about because new notebook, new layouts. So we'll see what we do. So thank you for watching, and in the meantime, happy architecting.